Welcome to another California Guy video with your boy California Guy. What's up, everybody? And welcome to this video. This video is going to be entitled The Iron Fist. I'm doing an Iron Fist review right now, season 2 video, and I'm just giving my thoughts about Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist season 2 premiered on Friday on Netflix. I binge watched it, just got through finishing it. And I have to say, it to me it had mixed reaction. I know people didn't like the first season like that. The first season was a certain way. Um, they based it off the comic book the first season, and it was very slow. They did too many. It was like a slow burn the first like 4 episodes, but Iron Fist introduced the concept of Kung Lan. He's from Kung Lan, this mystical Asian ninja world, and he's coming back to New York to seek revenge on the people who killed his parents. So we follow up past Iron Fist season 1, and then if you guys seen Defenders, you remember that was a conclusion for Iron Fist's story. So we're starting over in Iron Fist season 2 now, where you kind of introduce all the characters back that you didn't see in between Defenders and Luke Cage season 2. You see Ward is back, Joy is back, and Darvos. They introduced this storyline from the comic book called the Still Serpent storyline from the late 70s, where the Still Serpent steals Spider-Man's powers. I mean, not Spider-Man, Iron Fist, but Spider-Man teams up with Iron Fist, Misty Knight, and Colleen Wing, yada yada yada. But that's for the comic books. But I'm going to talk about the show. The Netflix show Iron Fist takes place after the Defenders. And it shows Danny, living with Colleen Wing. They're living kind of a peaceful life. He's Daredevil left him in charge of protecting New York. So he's doing that. He's protecting really Chinatown. And so the first couple of episodes deals with like the Triad Gang. If I'm not the Ham, sorry. Excuse me, the Golden Tigers versus the Hatchet Gang. And you're kind of seeing that in the first couple of episodes, and then at the same time you have Darvos, who's brought back from season 1, that's with Joy, and they got this scheme of stealing Iron Fist's powers. Darvos is also from Iron Fist's world. He's from Kung La also, so he's seeking revenge against Iron Fist for defeating him and beating him in tournaments and not returning to Kung La again. So the show was pretty decent. The action was a little better. They shortened the episodes down to 10. They had 10 episodes, which was good, because one of the complaints I had with Netflix is I didn't think it was required for all the shows to have 13 episodes, especially a show like Iron Fist. You're coming off of the Defenders, one of the weakest team-ups that I think the MCU has ever had. And you're coming back from that hiatus, and so far they've had Jessica Jones, Punisher, I'm sorry, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and now Iron Fist. So this is post Defenders, and so this is a build up back to the Daredevil show. Iron Fist was pretty good to me. I'm not going to lie. I thought Iron Fist was a pretty decent show. Season 2 was even better. I actually liked season 1. I've been reading Iron Fist for a lot of years, so I've been reading Iron Fist for almost 2 decades. So it's one of my favorite Marvel characters. I've read Hero for Hire for years. I still read them now, and so I'm pretty much well versed in the Iron Fist lore. And the show, I thought this season was a little bit better. They used more things. The biggest surprise was they used Misty Knight in a bunch of episodes. It wasn't just like a cameo like you've seen in Luke Cage season 2 with Colleen Wing. You actually got to see more of Misty Knight in action with Iron Fist and Colleen Wing. Now, to people, you eagle-eye comic book fans, Misty Knight is Danny Rand's girlfriend in the comic book. Colleen Wing and Danny Rand never went out with each other, but they were friends. but you know, it was Misty Knight that actually went out with Danny Rand, and she was in a majority of the stories with Danny Rand. So this show that was pretty good for this season, having Misty Knight in there, and they Easter egg the Nightwing resurrections, the Nightwing office and private detective agency that Misty Knight and Colleen Wing has. Marvel, the thing is with the Marvel universe in the MCU is updating a lot of these characters, because these characters need an update because of when they were created. And so with them never having TV time, because a lot of Marvel characters are being introduced on film and TV for the very first time, live action, you have to try to modernize it. They modernized, one of the things they did in the second season of Iron Fist was they successfully updated the characters. They updated them from the 70s settings that they were originally in. They made Misty Knight be a cop this time. Misty Knight stayed a cop in Luke Cage, if you guys watched Luke Cage. She stayed a police officer for the longest period of time and was a cop in here, so was able to use, they updated the settings. The ending of Iron Fist, I didn't care for. I didn't care for Colleen Wing getting the Iron Fist, and you know the ending was left open where Danny Rand and Warwick goes across the world to find the original Iron Fist. I believe, now I haven't read those books, but I believe it's some new shit about it in comics about orphan. I don't know. I forget the name. I can't pronounce it right now. I'm about to put in the description box, but you know, it's newer comics that they're using, I guess, for this storyline. I'm not familiar with it because I haven't read it. I'll read it, and if I read it, then I'll come back to you guys and do a video on it. But you know, overall, the show was pretty decent. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, and had really no issues with season 2. Some people do. You know, there's gonna always be complainers when it comes to Iron Fist. And yeah, he's being you and some of the other MCU characters, you're gonna always get those complaints. I'm wishing that the MCU will put on Moon Knight. And I think Moon Knight would be an excellent. I'm sure they won't do it, but Moon Knight needs to come on the Netflix shows. Now I know that Disney has their Disney Play, and so they're gonna be trying to produce shows through there. So I'm hoping that a Moon Knight show will come on and fit into that street level characters that's there, because I've always been a fan of because I've been reading Marvel for 25 years, and Marvel Comics street characters has been what I've always read. I've read the Fantastic Four and Avengers and all other characters, but I've always been a fan of the street level characters. I've always been a fan of Spider-Man, Daredevil, uh, Ghost Rider, who else? Moon Knight, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. You know, I've always loved the street level characters in the middle of New York, and you know, I always thought the stories were more realistic and grounded, and that's why I'm a big fan of the TV shows that come on right now. You know, that they have, even though really all the Marvel characters really take place in New York, by the way, from the I mean, all the Marvel universe, but the street level characters are always like, because they fit more with the other people, so they fit more with uh, reality versus maybe the Fantastic Four. They always go into space or the Negative Zone or the Avengers. They always have different adventures across the globe, unless you're reading the solo books. So, Iron Fist 2 season 2 was pretty decent. Watch it. Peace out.